In 1981, IBM released a model that revolutionized the idea for computers. This model instigated the ever-growing concept known as personal computing we know today as PC. PCs are designed to cater for general fields of application, conserving time and effort on dexterity, journal management, and more. PCs can accomplish these tasks. Business, research, secretary, medicine, rank and filing, you name it. This minuscule device has the capability to process and finish these supposed human jobs. Having this computing power and all are great. The design behind makes you wonder, how does a computer function? Well, how does a computer perform these human activities, so to speak? Computers are made on lines that form a circuit, much like a copper wire connecting a light bulb, a switch, and a power source. The difference in a computer is the feature of digital circuits. These digital circuits transmit only two voltage or current readings, ones and zeros, typically a 4.5 volts to 0.5 volts respectively. What is this computer circuit? What constitutes a computer? Computers have maintained its core design over the years. The only difference is that technology became rather faster in processing, smaller in size, and larger in memory. As personal computing came into picture, these core components have established its standards in the following: the motherboard, mounted by the video card, the LAN, and the random access memory, the keyboard, mouse, and the monitor, and the uninterruptible power supply powering up the motherboard. The motherboard holds all the computer components together. You may think of the motherboard as a body containing the components, like a water bottle containing the water. The motherboard is a PCB containing the three fundamental circuits for computers: processing, memory, and input-output circuits. Avoiding the displeasure of boring you to death with detail, the general functions are as follows. Processing circuits handle data. Memory holds data, while input-output transports data in or out the motherboard. Here we have the video card. Personal computers display information through imagery. Given the fact we know that CPUs deal all processing of data by itself, graphics have a lot of data to deal with compared to text, and may prove itself taxing for your CPU to handle alone. Video cards play its role in alleviating the CPU's vexation on these graphical data. You fellas may have already seen this in advertisements. Game, NVIDIA GTX, RTX, AMD RX. Those GPUs, local area network, is the computer's ability to communicate with other computers. Computers integrate this as an I/O port. The connection from the port may be propagated wirelessly or with wires. Handling data, the processing block must have some place to deposit and grab data from. RAM is a read-write memory device that is used for this purpose. RAM and the external drives like hard disk drives and solid-state device drives are memory. They both are read-write memory devices that the processor can deposit and grab data from. Well, what's the difference between these two? Memory devices' data movement speed, like the processor, are driven by clock speed. RAM has faster clock speed yet smaller memory space than the external drives. RAM is always more active than the external memory. SSDs and HDDs defeats the RAM with memory space but loses in clock speed. As a general rule of thumb, manufacturers produce devices emphasizing either in memory associated with device size or speed. Having both traits require a large sum amount of money to invest. In designing memory, find the right blend of these memory devices. Personal computers informs the person aware, typically through vision, sound, and sometimes touch. Catering human photoreceptors, the computers have monitors to output the information through imagery. The monitor consists of small LED diodes, each having their own data to dictate how intense the light is and what color is to be produced. As inputs, the keyboard and mouse are mediums in which the user can interact with the computer. Keyboards have the ability to input data into the computer through characters. These characters are encoded based on the manner they are interfaced. Mouses are for graphical user interface where you can move the cursor produced by the mouse across the monitor. To power the computer, we will be needing a power supply. For PCs, an uninterruptible power supply can combat power fluctuations while stably supplying the circuit. The power supply must be able to supply adequate voltage to all components directly attached to the motherboard.